Hello, I'm Minty Space Cadet, and I did the 30 Days of Art Improvement Challenge by pencilcat on Tumblr. And let's just get it out of the way that this took me way more than 30 days and even longer to get this recording done, so let's get right into it. For day one, I did the self-portrait, introduce yourself. I don't really have like a designated persona, and I didn't really want to do just a drawing of my actual self because it felt weird. So I just did a bunch of versions of myself of how I've drawn myself. Day two, draw a figure using reference. This I actually turned into a gift from my friend, a Christmas present. That'll show you how long it took me to do this. And this is, I think his name is Ellis from Left 4 Dead 2. It's been so long. But it was a gift for my friend, and I actually really like how it turned out. I tried a new kind of shading, like really bold black shading, and I think I really like how it turned out. It looked good. It looks good. For day three, draw a figure that's in action using reference. I couldn't decide between these two figures, so I did both of them, and then I had to turn it into Finn and Huntress Wizard from Adventure Time because I was kind of obsessed with Adventure Time at the time, still am. And again, I used that dark shading, and I think it really looks nice. Day four, draw a part of the human anatomy you have trouble with times 20, and at least 5 being skeletal and muscular studies. I used the book Anatomy for Artists, Morpho Anatomy for Artists, and I did it on paper just because I thought it would be easier. Draw more figures, quick gestures and silhouettes times 20 with at least 10 different body shapes. I used line of action for the references for these and just drew a bunch of different figures. I think that website is really nice because it has a lot of different body types, and it also tells you like who the person is, so it actually gives credit to who is the models in it. And you can also put like timers on. I don't remember how long I did these ones for, but yeah, just quick little silhouettes I did. And then I arranged them all to show it off a little bit. Day 6, design a character from a character generator. So here I have the swashbuckling rogue who is on the run from the law, emotionally detached genius who has an unusually little love life, and who needs a mentor to avoid misusing their talents. And we have the last survivor of an alien race who has a dual identity and who has an endless supply of gadgets. So I couldn't decide between these three, so I did all of them, and I kind of fit them together in that they're all being guided by this little star creature, and they don't really know why it's telling them to do the things that it's telling them to do, but it'll eventually like bring them all together and have them all work together to like on this mission or whatever. Pick the weirdest object in your room and draw it with shadows and highlights. This is a paper mache mask that my brother made back in high school, and it looks even creepier than it does in this photo because in real life the eyes follow you wherever you are in the room. It's really weird. Find 2 to 3 objects and make a scene with them, and bonus points for creativity, double bonus points for dramatic lighting. Here I have like a little chest and a small cauldron, some little glass bottles, and a candle. And then I have this little mouse who's like making a potion or whatever. And I have the lighting from both the candle and the green potion, like lighting both sides. It's a little bit ominous. What's he up to? What's that guy up to? Draw a landscape of a place you've never been or drawn. And I chose Greece because I've always been kind of obsessed with Greece and I really want to visit it one day. I just found some photos from Google Images of Greece, so hopefully they actually are Greece. And I lost a little bit of the footage there that happens a lot of this video. But here's another image I thought was really pretty with the flowers kind of in front and the water reflecting everything. And for the last image, I used the some like ruins or whatever, like Colosseum, not Colosseum, but columns. And I thought it turned out pretty nice. Number 10, draw a background with 1 point perspective, negative points if it's a railroad or an empty street. I don't know if I did this right because perspective is kind of hard for me, but I tried. So I actually lost the recording for most of this, which is really sad because it's actually my favorite piece of that I did for this whole project. Day 2 or day 11, draw a background with 2 point perspective. I did the tree house from Adventure Time. Again, I'm obsessed with Adventure Time. You will see that as you already have. Yeah. I think it turned out pretty nice. I tried to do the 2 point perspective, but I don't know if it actually worked out again. I think I needed to push it a little more, and it kind of looks wonky in some places, but I like how the piece went overall. Day 12, look out a window, draw what you see. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get doxxed. So I just drew a table that I have near my window, and it has a bunch of little stuff on it, and I tried to depict that, and I think it turned out really nice. Like, it had nice lighting, the reference photo I used, and I kind of pushed it a little bit, so it looks very warm and nice. I like how it turned out. Day 13, draw an interior setting with the characters you designed on day 6. So here we have our little characters, and they've finally joined together, and we got the guy in the front, the alien, who's building some sort of contraption guided by the star, and the other one who's like meditating. I tried to do like a little bit of perspective, I guess, in this one. I'm not great at perspective, but like, kind of you from like viewing like in the corner of the room and viewing inwards, and I tried to do some nice lighting here with like the light coming in from the window and then the glow from the star and the glow of like the sparks of what the contraption he's working on. So like a bunch of different light sources tried to represent. I think it turned out pretty good. A background with either bird's eye or worm's eye view. I tried to sketch out some ideas, but I wasn't really inspired, so I ended up just drawing like literal sense of the words, like a bird's point of view and a worm's point of view, and I thought it was pretty funny. Draw 3 action scenes with different compositions in each. Quick sketches are fine, just make them interesting and understandable. Bonus points if it's the same scene but different composition. So here I did Finn and Fern. I was going to originally do like 3 different compositions of them interacting, but I decided to challenge myself and do the same interaction but 3 different compositions. And I kind of like how it turned out. Draw a single page comic with 5 to 7 panels. And this is kind of an event comic, so I'm not gonna like show it for too long because it's a little embarrassing, but it's kind of just about trying to make it as an artist and make it a viable career. But you can rate it if you want, but I don't know. I kind of feel weird about venting. It's a little embarrassing, but I thought the comic itself turned out pretty good. I tried to do like more of a monochromatic, like blue scale, and it kind of gets darker as you go to the bottom, so the text changes so that you can actually see it. Draw an animal you've never drawn before, times 10. Um, so I didn't choose one animal, I chose a bunch of different ones, and you will see eventually why I made the choices of animals that I did. If you get the reference, you know you know. But I chose animals from Centaur World, and I did like the full studies of the animals and then erased the top halves to um, add the characters into it. And I thought it was a cute little study I did. Draw a car and use a perspective grid. I didn't use a perspective grid, but I drew the car that is shown like in one episode in Adventure Time where Marceline and LSP are driving it, but I decided to use the gender swap versions, Marshall Lee and Lumpy Space Prince, just because I thought it'd be a cute idea. Think of something you hate drawing the most and draw it. Negative points for lying to yourself. I almost did faces because I don't like drawing faces. I don't think I'm good at it, but what I really hate drawing is like landscapes and backgrounds. So I decided to draw this, and I convinced myself to do it by putting a character I like, Etho from Hermitcraft, and putting him into like a scene. Uh, so you can see that I futz with it a lot. The background and like trying to depict the snow on the trees and the lighting correctly. I wanted it to have kind of like a like morning, like the sun starting to shine onto it. I don't know. Pick an object in your house or room and design a character from it using the shapes, forms, texture, purpose, and colors as inspiration. And I chose a little ink pot I had and an ink pen cleaner. And they're kind of like a couple, and the ink is like kind of like a warrior or whatever, and they're bringing back their sword being the pen, and like their partner, the ink cleaner, cleans off the nibs of it. I just thought it was cute. Draw a scene, character, or object and shade them using only solid black and whites, and bonus points for good use of lights and shadows. Draw a different object, scene, character, and shade using only hatching, cross-hatching, or pointillism, and bonus points for lights, shadows, and textures. Here I did Huntress Wizard, and I kind of cheated a little bit by just using like fully black for the first parts and like some of the backgrounds, but I tried to do her with just like cross hatching. I really like cross hatching. I don't know if this was the best example of it, but I thought it turned out pretty alright. But yeah, you can see I cheat a little bit of the background. Pick a color palette and paint a scene, character, object using only those colors. And I really like using like color palettes. So I did a couple of those. I did Gary or Prince Gumball from Adventure Time, and the Winter King from Fiona and Cake, the Adventure Time spinoff, as well as Flame Prince from Adventure Time. And I thought they all turned out pretty good. I especially liked the color work I did with the Winter King. draw and color a scene or character object with no lines. I decided to make a poster of Marshall Lee, but I did lose the time lapse for it, unfortunately. Draw a scene or character in a style you've never drawn before. I chose, if you're emulating an artist, credit and link. And I tried to replicate the style from Adventure Time, so I redrew some screenshots from it and tried to like get it as close as I could to the original. So here we have Marshall Lee, and I really like the lighting of this scene with like the lightning flashing overhead. And then here I redrew a scene from Adventure Time Stakes, but instead of Marceline and Princess Bubblegum, I did Marshall Lee and Prince Gumball. It was interesting, like, studying how the colors work and, like, the backgrounds especially. I think Adventure Time, especially in the later seasons, has really great backgrounds, so it was fun to study them. Draw a character and draw 10 emotions and expressions. Here I have 2 characters that I'm going to use in a children's book I'm making, so I did a bunch of different expressions for them. Draw 3 random shapes using your opposite hand. I tried first with my eyes closed and my opposite hand, but that was a little too much, so I just did my opposite hand. And I just quickly doodled some funny little characters with those shapes. Draw some fan art, bonus points if it's super obscure and unknown, and make people guess where it's from. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to guess where this is from because I'm not even sure if it looks like how the character actually looks, since I wasn't able to find the original comic anymore, but it's a comic that I read back when I was in like middle school and like elementary school, and it was really cool, but I can't find it anymore. And the last day, day 30, find a drawing you did within the last year, and now draw it again using what you've learned, and link for comparison. So this is just a bunny boy character that I had drawn on a whim over a year ago, and here I redrew him. And I tried to use some interesting lighting here and make him kind of cool looking. It's got a cool pose in it. Yeah. So that was my 30-day drawing improvement challenge. And I think I did learn a lot from it and get better. It definitely helped doing this after I didn't have any access to a computer or way to draw for a couple months. So it was really nice getting back into it and kind of getting the rust off from not being able to draw that long. And I think I improved. What do you think? Do you think I should do more challenges like this? Let me know. Also, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And also, have a wonderful day. Bye!